Hello my friends, welcome back. How are you? I hope doing okay. This is what I'm up to today. I have a butterfly mold. And this mold right here, I don't know if you've seen another channel creating in it or not, but it is a shelf, a corner shelf. Not just a shelf, it goes in a corner shelf. And I have another mold here. Can anyone guess how I'm going to use it with this mold? Okay, we're going to do some alcohol inks, and I've chosen the Ranger Pearl inks. And this one is the Tranquil, and the pink one that I just had is Enchanted, and this one is Intrigue. And these are beautiful alcohol inks. They're my very favorite to use because they're pearl alcohol inks. I don't know if you've used them before. We're going to use this glitter right here, and we're going to use my Cast and Craft white, and we're going to do that for the shelf, the actual part of the shelf, and then the other mold as well. So I have a cup here that I'm going to pour some resin into. And I prepared 200 milliliters of resin. So we're going to take this Cast and Craft opaque white here, and I'm going to shake it up really good. And then I'm going to drop a few drops into my cup here. I put probably about 6 to 8 drops in. And then this glitter is called Crystal Diamond. And I get it from Joann's Fabric. I don't know if you have one of those stores. And these spoons here, I need to go get me another bag of them. I have 3 spoons left. I get them from the Dollar Tree, and they are the perfect glitter scoopers. I love them. And you get a whole pack of, like, I don't really remember how many spoons are in there. I'm going to say around 12, 15 to 20 spoons. But you know, the Dollar Tree isn't the Dollar Tree anymore. It went up to like $1.25, and then they also have the aisle now that's $5. So I don't know what you would really call that store anymore. So I'm going to spritz some alcohol into my mold here. And then I'm going to take some resin, and I'm going to go ahead and drop some of the resin down into the mold. And I went ahead and set that white to the side so it can degas a little bit and let those bubbles rise to the top of the cup before we pour it. This mold is kind of tricky because it has so many ins and outs to it that I want to pour in the parts that you don't pour in. Which it wouldn't matter if you did. When it cures, just pop it out. But if you do it too much, then you're wasting resin, and that's no fun. So now I'm going to go over here to the other side of the butterfly, because it is it's divided. And I'm just trying to take my time so that I don't waste any resin into the parts that is not part of the butterfly. But you may think they are. But this, I've never used this mold before, so I'm not sure what it's going to look like. I have seen some people do some really big butterflies before, and they're beautiful. But this one's different. This one is a corner shelf. I'm sure people have created in it, but I've never seen anyone. I looked and tried to find someone to give me a little bit of inspiration, and I couldn't find one, so I just had to wing it. So I chose my good old Pearl alcohol inks. They never seem to fail me. So I'm going to go in with the pink looking pearl that's enchanted. And I'm going to kind of leave some space in between my drops so that I can drop in the other two colors too. Just kind of give enough room for each color to spread out. I want to do something different in the butterfly's little antlers up there, but I'm not quite sure what I want to do yet. So now let's switch over to the Intrigue. This is the purple looking one. But I decided against that one. I'm going to go in with the blue next. And it's the name of it's Tranquil. And I'm just going to kind of miss the places where I put the Enchanted and go right next to it. And kind of leaving some more space for the other color as well. And we'll pour over top of the colors later on. I just wanted to kind of get the base colors laid out first before I start dropping in on top of each other. And I'm usually fast when I drop my alcohol inks in, but I can't be fast with this mold because there's so many areas in the mold that you don't put the alcohol ink in. So I'm having to go like turtle speed here. But I didn't want to speed the video up, so I'm sorry if it's taken me a little bit longer to get this in the mold. Now we're going to use the purple looking color, and it's called Intrigue. And I'm just going to try to hit the areas that I didn't get with the other two colors. These colors are so beautiful. But I think I maybe should have used, I think I grabbed the wrong color. I have a lighter purple than this Intrigue, and I should have went with it because I'm afraid this Intrigue color that I'm using now is going to overpower my other colors and take over. I'm not quite sure if it's going to do it, but it sure is looking like it right now. And if it does it, it's still going to be beautiful, probably. Probably. But it just wasn't what I was going for. I picked up the wrong one. There is a lighter color one. So now let's go ahead and pour our shelf, the white Cast and Craft with the glitter. And now let's go ahead and drop in. I'm seeing some little areas here that I missed, so I'm going to drop in some more inks there. I really love this color. It's beautiful. So let's go in with the blue again too. I'm getting a little bit faster. I'm learning where all the curves are at. And now let's get the intrigue and let's drop in some more of it. Then I'm going to take my Q-tip here and I'm just going to clean up a little bit of my mess because I'm very OCD about the edges of my mold. I have to get the stuff off of the edges. It just really bugs me till I get it off. And if you watched my last Temu haul, I got in this little tiny dragon mold with some beautiful flowers on it. And I went ahead and put some colorant in it to see what it was going to look like. And I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to detail on it. I just wanted to see what it was going to what kind of casting it was going to give me. So we'll demold that together at the end of the butterfly. I just wanted to let you know so that you don't miss it. And I'm just using my heat gun, moving the resin around a little bit, popping any surface bubbles, and just moving these inks around a little bit. Now I'm going to spray it with some alcohol. And now I found these little, I don't even know what they're called because I threw the package away. But they're really, really tiny, tiny little balls. And they're inclusions for resin. And I'm just going to drop in some colors that match our butterfly. Like the pink, the blue, the purple. I'm just going to choose some of those colors and drop it in up here on the butterfly's little antlers, feelers, whatever you want to call them. I don't really know the actual name of them. I thought about putting some little tiny flowers in there. But I can always make another shelf and put flowers in it. Because if this shelf turns out really cute, then of course I'm going to make another one. But we're going to do something different with this shelf. Let's see if anyone can guess what I'm going to do different with this shelf using that little mold that I showed you at the beginning. The little spear mold. Now I'm just going to take my silicone tipped brush here and I'm just going to push those little beads down into the mold so that they won't float on top of the resin. I'm hoping they won't come back up and float. So I'm just pushing them down right here. And then I'm going to take some clear resin, and I'm going to go ahead and go over these alcohol inks to try to get them to drop down a little bit more and to give them some definition. But I've never used those little balls that I put in the butterflies' antlers or little feelers up there. The reason I didn't have many in that little container is because when I opened the package, they all went into my carpet. And there's no way I could have picked all those little bitty tiny things up. So I just had to vacuum them up. So I don't have many left. So I don't really know if they're going to float or if they're going to stay where I put them. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. And I did not mix up any more resin. This is the same resin that we started with. So I still, at this point, haven't used over the 200 milliliters. So now I'm going to take my Sinker White by Let's Resin, and I've poured it in this little bottle, and I'm just going to speed this part up a little bit because all I'm doing is dropping the Sinker White in on top of the inks to get that ink to sink a little bit. And to give it a little bit of white color mixed in with it. That white is already taken on the color of the inks. It's already changing colors. Okay, now I have mixed up some more resin here. This is 60 milliliters in this cup. And I'm just pouring it over that Sinker White. And I don't end up using all of this cup, so I'm going to say this mold probably holds about 220, about 230 milliliters of resin. 230, 240, somewhere in that ballpark. Now I'm going to take my silicone tip brush here, and I'm just going to twirl through that resin a little bit. I'm not going down to the bottom of the mold. I'm staying on the top of that top layer. That's where I'm staying at. I'm not moving my brush down into the resin or down into the mold. I'm staying right on the surface. Oh, that's looking so beautiful. Oh. Now I'm going to take my heat gun, and I'm going to pop some of those bubbles that I probably just made into the resin when I was twirling my brush in there. I sprayed it with some alcohol. Now it's time to demold the butterfly. But let me tell you, I was trying to rush this, you guys, because I was trying to get the other mold done too to try to finish the project in one video. But I couldn't. I just couldn't. I pushed the mold to try to get it to cure. And it is so bendy right now. I mean, it won't even stay to get put together if I glued it right now. See how flimsy it is? I tried so hard to get it done, but I just couldn't. So we're going to have to finish this, you guys, in another video. And what I might do is we may do one of my Temu hauls tomorrow and put the rest of this onto that Temu haul. So that's what we might do. But we're going to go ahead and demold it and take a look at it. And I was really scared to pull this side of the butterfly out. I almost thought about putting it back on my heat mat because I was afraid that it wasn't cured. But it is. It's fully cured. It's just really, really bendy right now because I tried to rush it. See, I was going to put it back down in the mold and throw it back on the mat. But the more I looked at it, I realized it is fully cured. So I'm just going to pull it out of the mold and we'll take a look at it. And then I'm going to let it set to the side. And then we'll put it together after it's got a little bit more firmer. But we still won't get to do the other mold today. But in the meantime, I would like you all to take a guess at what I'm going to do with this little mold. How I'm going to tie it in with this butterfly. I would love to see what all of you have to say, what your opinion is. That butterfly is beautiful. What do you guys think? Do you think it's pretty? I think those alcohol inks look beautiful. But I really wish I would have went for the lighter purple that I have, because that Intrigue, it really took over the other colors. But it made a nice blend and it's still beautiful. I love how those alcohol inks look. They are gorgeous. The Ranger Pearls are my absolute favorite. So now we're going to take some of this UV resin because our butterfly has cured up a little bit more to where it will actually hold its shape. And I'm going to take some of this UV resin here and put it right here on the butterfly. And then we're going to put it together right like this. And I'm going to grab my lamp right quick, and I'm going to, well, first let me clean this mess up right here. I don't want any of that UV resin to be seen on the center here of our butterfly. So I'm just going to clean that up and then get my light, and I'm going to cure this up a little bit, and then we're going to slide in the shelf here before we really finish curing the butterfly up. Okay, now I've got that shelf in there nice and tight. So now we're going to finish curing this butterfly up. And now it's done. So let's take a look at it. What do you guys think? Do you think it's pretty? Oh, see, it won't even stay up on its own because it's a corner shelf. It's not meant to sit up. It's meant to put on the wall in the corner. So I'm going to stack something up behind it, and I'm going to drop my camera down and let you guys see what it would look like if it was on the wall. Isn't that the cutest little butterfly shelf? I love it. Let me guys know what you think about this in the comment section below. Let's talk about it. I'm just trying to turn it around and let you see it. And here's the mold I was telling you about. So I want you all to guess what we're going to do with that mold. How I'm going to tie it in with our butterfly here. Where do you think it's going to go? What do you think we're going to do with it? Okay, now here's the little dragon I was telling you about that was in one of my Temu hauls. I think it was the last one I done, but don't quote me on that. Oh, it's precious. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Now, I wasn't trying to pay too much detail into my flowers and everything, trying to get them perfect. I was just trying to use up my extra resin I had and see what this little dragon would look like. And he is matte. He's not shiny. But that's still beautiful. I love it like that. That's beautiful. What do y'all think about this mold? Isn't it cute? I hope to see you all tomorrow in the next video. God bless you. Bye-bye, my friends.